Technical difficulties starting to get this thing rolling, and yeah, so
Yeah,
we'll be good to go. It is what it is.
all
But
gravy.
but yeah, you want to roll with what you said before about the little
Oh
news?
yeah, yeah. So we I mean, obviously we're getting into obviously an NBA show. Talking about free agency and breaking down the wild week with the wild trades. And then obviously transitioning to the Celtics. But
Hmm.
obviously,
When news breaks,
breaking news,
you gotta react.
sound the horn. Cooper
Hmm.
Cup will not no longer be a Los Angeles Ram.
Yeah,
Bow, bow,
but
bow, 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 bow.
one
So
like I said, one Patriot place sounds pretty good to me.
yeah, I was talking to the live on Instagram.
Yeah,
We already know the Patriots love us some white wide receivers.
white slot receiver that likes to go over the middle, likes to get his hands dirty.
Can take
I'm
a hit.
I'm for it. Let's do it. Come on, Mikey. Let's
Veteran
go, Rapes.
presence.
Let's
Show these
go.
young dudes how to fucking watch film, learn a playbook, read a playbook.
Let's go. Let's go.
So
Let's make moves.
it'll
So
be interesting, especially
we'll
especially with that and obviously Miles Garrett requesting for a trade too. That was pretty wild.
yeah. We'll
I mean, obviously, we definitely don't want to see Miles Garrett in a Browns uniform anymore, fucking rotting away. But we'll see
man.
how that ends up.
Yeah. But we're yeah, we'll get into that on Wednesday. Tune in Wednesday too for our Patriots basically like state of the Patriots and also a Senior Bowl recap. So same time, it will be 8 p.m. on Wednesday. We'll
Yeah,
have all this shit figured out.
we
Um,
appreciate everybody
but yeah, thank you for joining
bearing with
tonight
us.
for sure, hanging with us as we're getting rolling here. But yeah, holy shit, over the weekend, huh? One
Wild
o'clock, one
news.
o'clock in the morning,
1
Sunday
a.m.
morning.
Shams tweeting out. Shams still
Woof.
not getting the respect he deserves either, being the new breaking news man for the
Yeah,
NBA Insider. But
Luka
I mean, not
Doncic.
not not to discredit him. I didn't, I saw it when I woke up, but I
Yeah,
thought it
I
was
was saying
fake.
my phone was like, like I was like, okay, I didn't see any of the news first. Like I have like the messages blocked out,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. I just saw a like Wheel of Fortune type text thing on my phone, and then ESPN. I was like, all right, who died or who got traded?
Right.
Because this ain't normal. And I thought it was Patriots news. I literally thought it was Patriots news. I thought like we did something, or there was. I don't even know because obviously you
Gerard
can't
Mayo filed a lawsuit or some shit like a
something
little
like that.
bitch.
I literally did, which is probably coming on the way too.
I would assume
Um,
so.
but yeah, I thought it was Patriots news, so I was just like, okay, what's going on? Then I opened my phone and I'm like, Luka Doncic got traded. Not only did he get traded, he got traded to the fucking Lakers
Lakers.
of all teams, and he got traded for AD.
Anthony Davis.
Like I even said, I was like, great. Now they're gonna have LeBron, Luca, and AD. Fantastic. This is right up our right up our Celtics alley.
Right in the NBA's alley.
But like you you got rid of Anthony Davis for
Yeah.
Luca? So you
Yeah.
got rid of your whole front court
You got
for
rid
a
of the
guy,
you got rid of one of the best big men in the past decade.
yeah, and you for a guy that I mean, I love Luca. I know a lot of people don't, especially after the finals last year and him bitching and moaning. But like honestly, can we get over that? Because 95% of the NBA bitches and moans. So it doesn't matter if it's Luca, our guy Tatum has done it. One of the kings of it. So let's pump the brakes on the Luca bitching thing because everybody does it. Steph Curry, just stop.
Yeah.
But man, like
I couldn't
I
believe it.
laughed
Yeah.
because like you don't have a front court.
So the first thing that I thought about
Like
was holy fuck. Like Dallas is spooky now.
A little
Like
bit. Yeah.
now, I mean, granted, they're a year removed, obviously, from the finals, making it with Luca and Kyrie.
Hmm.
Obviously, the Celtics did what they needed to do.
And they, yeah.
Um, but man, I tell you, I was like, and I was also, I mean, not that I was following the Lakers, but it's just like they finally were starting to like get it together, stringing up wins.
Yeah.
Obviously, LeBron, even though he's fucking old as dirt, still looks young looks like a spring chicken.
Yep.
Still,
They kicked our ass a couple weeks ago. So
yeah. I
like,
mean, so it was just confusing to me
hmm,
because I was just like, damn, like you were thinking like the Lakers were making a trade for somebody like Jimmy Butler, so that to keep LeBron to put somebody
yeah.
with them to make a push to not only win their division, to go from the fifth seed to top one or two,
Hmm.
to then possibly see the Celtics
Yeah.
in the finals
Yeah.
potentially. You know what I mean?
I
But
mean, that's got to be the finals favorite, right? I mean, but in other respects, like, you, what else do you have now? You have a bunch of shooters.
so a lot of the Boston fans that excuse me, a lot of the Boston locals that are Lakers fans,
Uh,
because there's a bunch of those out here.
yeah, they're weird. There's a lot of those, and
Just
it's fucking weird.
they're all excited and happy and talking about oh, it's a rebuild, and like I was legit at 7 a.m. One of them is my best friend.
Yeah.
At 7 in the morning, I'm trying to make sense of a conversation that I'm having with one of my buddies that is a Lakers fan, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Lakers Nation, stand up." I'm like, "Stand up for what?" I'm like, "You guys are in the fifth seed,
Yeah.
rising, playing your best basketball.
Yeah.
You got rid of the player that leads in points, blocks, and rebounds,
You got rid of your
and
muscle.
you added Luca, who is hurt,
Yeah. And overweight, according to
overweight."
everybody.
Although he's 25 years old, like there's a lot of things that like it's like okay, yeah, Luca is Luca, top 5 player in the NBA,
Hands down.
hands down. 25 years old,
Hmm.
been causing havoc in the NBA since the moment he stepped foot on any floor.
Hmm.
But he's 270 pounds. He's
So,
injured.
so
He's
they
injury
said
prone.
they said that, right? So they said like he was pushing 270. You don't look it. I mean, when you look at him, I mean, we haven't seen him on the court for a while. I
Yeah,
know that,
yeah. I mean, I can't
but like,
imagine.
you look at Luca, it doesn't look 270. I mean, granted, again, is he not in basketball shape? Of course, you can tell that because in his face, he is a little pudgy.
Yeah, but
But
he
like,
never looks. That's the thing. He's never looks like he's in basketball shape. But he's
the only
dropping
time he did
50.
is when he first came in the league.
Yeah,
That one picture that they've been showing when he's
yeah.
like, his face is like
And
a
that's
V.
to only save face because obviously
Facts.
there's something's going on
You know,
behind closed doors.
you know what, and honestly, you know what that brings into a whole nother problem and a whole nother episode. He came from, where's he from? Like, I don't even know. Slovenia, Slovak, one of those.
Slovenia, yeah,
Slovenia.
Slovenia, yeah,
He looked like that living over there.
yeah,
Then he comes to America and he turns into the Pillsbury Doughboy.
yeah,
So like, you've brought this up a number of times, and it's valid here. We put so much shit into our food,
hmm
into our everything,
yeah.
so much
His
unnecessary
entire
shit.
life, yeah, his entire life changed.
So, am I absolving him of the blame? No, but like, come on, America. The kid was skinny as hell, and you introduced him to McDonald's.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just saying, 270. It's hard to believe, but is he in shape? No. And
we're getting booze comments. We're getting USA is a fat country, which is obviously that's a fact,
yeah,
scientific fact.
yeah,
Um, so I mean, it's and you think that's that, but that goes to show like, yo, he's really that he's so good. Like it
He is.
doesn't even matter. Like yeah, he was in, he came, he pulled up to the league. He was young, he was fresh, he was skinny in shape, tearing the league up, right?
Yeah.
Tearing it up.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's here
Mhm.
365. Well, I wouldn't say that, but
But
he's
he's
here
here.
majority of the time.
Yeah.
And now he's getting introduced. I'm sure Dallas is a phenomenal place to
Yeah.
eat.
But eggs,
Um,
the barbecue,
barbecue,
the
it's
shit
Texas,
down
you know.
there,
So
it's
who knows what he's introduced to? I mean, all the bullshit that they pump into food in America,
the
you
beer.
know.
You
So
remember after they
and
won
booze, you
when
know.
they after they won the West last year, the viral video
Yeah,
of
yeah, of him
Michael
chugging the booze.
Finley
Yeah,
grabbing the beer out of his sandwich. First of all, come on, man.
yeah.
You won the West.
And
Stop.
Michael Finley, no disrespect, right? No disrespect to Michael Finley.
Yeah.
Michael Finley, a Dallas Maverick, great
For life. And he was a Celtic for
Jordan
a little bit.
brand player, but
Mhm.
you have no right to be grabbing a brew out of Luka Doncic's hand.
That's one
Like
thing Michael Finley never learned. Never grab a beer out of another man's hand unless it's warranted. Like unless
come on.
they can't drink it if they're
If
like
he was
falling on
getting
their
inside of a
face.
car, cool.
Facts.
But like
Facts. That's the
he's
only time you pull a
celebrating.
beer out of a man's hand. Like, see, with you right now, I would never think about pulling that out of your hand.
And this
You
is
enjoy that.
non-alcoholic.
I know it is, but even so, continue to enjoy that. I would never think about that. So, Michael Finley, a bonehead of the not the week because it happened a lot, in the summer, but that's a bonehead move, dude. Like, and that could be something that makes Luca be like, "Look, I was just trying to enjoy we just won the West.
Word.
And you're pulling a beer out of my hand because
Yeah, like
why? Because
for
I'm in the
what?
public light. Because there's cameras around. When do I say public light? Obviously, it's in
Yeah.
the locker room hallway. But like, so there's probably a disconnect there for sure. Um, like we
You
saw
got
today, Luca's dad ripped them.
yeah, I heard that. And just before you get into that, there was
Yeah.
a Green Eggs and Sam made a comment that ever since Mark Cuban sold the Maverick shares, they've been downhill, and it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of crazy and
Mm-hmm.
pretty ridiculous, since because it's like even he was confused and like
Yeah.
because it's just like you guys just got rid of arguably the one of the faces of the NBA. You know what well, not that's not arguably, but like you
He
got
is
rid of
one
the
of the
face of
faces of
the
the
you
NBA.
got rid of the face of the Dallas Mavericks,
He's
and
one
you
of the
got rid
faces
of
of the NBA.
yeah,
Thousand
and
percent. Go on that first
also
one.
top five player in the NBA. Like
Facts.
when healthy, clear,
Yeah.
easy. But
Yeah.
so it's like, what are y'all doing? And this is and it's honestly no disrespect, and I hate to see Anthony Davis getting the shame that he's been getting. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's an older dude, but let's not
He is.
forget he's still one of the best big men in the he's the I would say he's the second best big man in the past decade.
When he's
Second
out there,
to
he's dominant.
second to Joker. I mean, there's
Yeah.
really nobody
Oh.
better than Anthony Davis.
Oh, no question. No question.
I don't
No
well I
question. No
mean
doubt.
well I would say I would definitely take Giannis over AD.
I
Um,
so
it's it's tough
that's
because
been a
the
battle. That's
because
a
the
tough
offensive
battle.
play is very different, and you're getting similar defensive production. So that's a toss up.
Yeah, that
Anthony
is a
Davis,
toss up.
the only thing, the only vice with Anthony Davis is he's injury prone.
Yes.
But he's playing out of his mind right now, and now
I just like
you're
his
putting him
physicality.
you're putting him into a position where he's now a focal point in winning a championship
Yeah.
with Kyrie Irving. So
Yeah.
you are not only do you bring another champion to your team, you now make your 8-man rotation in Dallas is unreal.
Hmm.
Unreal.
They're primed and ready to go.
Yeah, I
Still.
mean, and as of right now, Anthony Davis is available, very healthy,
Yeah, he's been fine this year.
killing it. Led the
Which
Lakers in points, led the
it
Lakers in blocks, led the Lakers in rebounds. And
it
now
kind of
he's going
sucks.
down south. He's getting away from LA. He's going
Yep.
to a non-tax state. You know what I mean?
Kind of really out
So
of the limelight too, because obviously the LA media versus
of
Dallas
course,
media,
yeah,
there's no competition.
yeah, they'll be Dallas, and it's perfect timing because Dallas won't be talking about Anthony Davis. They'll be talking about we don't have Luca no more,
Right. Did you see like the videos from today? The coffin.
bro.
Literally, the fans bringing a
I
coffin
can't
to
imagine.
the outside the arena and dumping it outside the arena and playing
Imagine nobody
"See You
nobody
Again."
pulling up. Imagine
No.
no fan. Like you
Well,
just lost an entire fan base within a fan base.
mhm.
Like not only did you lose the Dallas Mavericks fans, you ripped their hearts out.
But the fans overseas.
You lost all of the world.
Yeah.
Like
Your
and
international market now is trash. They don't give a shit about the Dallas Mavericks anymore. And you and I both know how widely international the Lakers are.
absolutely.
Are you shitting me now?
Starting with Kobe.
Are you exactly? But like, are you shitting me now? You can even say probably Magic. Magic probably with the international stuff when like they looked at the NBA game. Magic was a face in like the late '80s.
I would just say that like the impact that Kobe had as far
Oh,
as like
Kobe, no doubt.
going to Japan and
Yeah,
being knowing Slovenian,
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to Luca in
Knew like
Slovenian.
13 different languages. That
You
dude.
know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just like Kobe. Like
Oh,
obviously
Kobe.
USA basketball,
Yeah,
wherever they ended up,
yeah,
Kobe was the man, the number one
yeah,
person that everybody wanted to see,
yeah.
and that's teams with LeBron James on it.
Because it's
So
Kobe, and
of
that
course.
shows you right there the debate. Like we'll get into that, but
And I don't think that obviously I don't think that the Lakers they everybody keeps talking about a rebuild, right? Everybody's talking about a rebuild.
I don't understand how this is a rebuild.
I don't understand what to what capacity, right? I
How
mean, like
how is acquiring one of the top five players in the NBA a rebuild? You now paired Luka Doncic and LeBron James,
a
but the only
back
problem
end,
is you have LeBron James and Luka Doncic.
yeah,
That's it. Like, yes, you have Austin Reeves who's fallen off this year. I haven't watched much basketball, but the games that I've watched, he doesn't look the same.
yeah, which
Um,
is why he was an asset to use to
yeah,
get somebody to make you guys an even more of a contender.
yeah, and
You have Rui again, another
Rui.
player that
Yep,
is a good name to throw into a trade.
yep,
And then they had the 31
hmm
first overall pick and the 20 was the
yeah,
21 was the 29 they got rid of with this
yep,
trade.
yeah.
So it's like
So
what like all of the possibilities that you could have obtained by just saying okay, packaging Rui, Austin,
mhm,
2029 and 2031 first overall
mhm,
picks. You don't think that gets you a superstar, an all-star? You don't think that gets you a two great players to add
right,
to
and
LeBron
you have
James and Anthony Davis?
exactly you have your front court still solidified, and you had LeBron, and you know,
You
so
have
like
LeBron James.
exactly. That's why I was like, there's nothing else to say there. You just have LeBron. Uh, but now you got nothing. You have Dalton Connect, who's a great player.
Everybody's like, oh, LA is big time when they come to free agency, blah blah blah. Like, okay, since
So is
when
Luca
though?
gonna play?
Yeah, like is Luca
Like,
gonna play? Is Luca even happy?
no,
Is if he's
God no,
blindsided, right? If he's
God no.
blindsided, like
Yeah,
we all are hearing and reading that he is,
yeah.
and I'll let you go and transition into his father, obviously, because it's
Oh, I
like
ripped him. That he was like
what
the yeah,
he's clearly upset. So
yeah,
like, you think this dude's just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it? He's already an
sure.
asshole, right? He's already an asshole. So what do you like? And he already solidified himself in NBA history
Oh God, yeah.
as far as his talent. So what if he's just like, okay, you guys did me dirty. I'll do the NBA. I'll do you one better. I will never be Luca again.
Yeah.
And he's overweight right now.
hmm
That's a
What
topic of
what gives him the
discussion.
motivation
Exactly.
to get into
What
shape?
you think that he cares that he's playing with LeBron James?
No. Even
No.
though even though, which is a little weird, he had little two heart emojis next to his name in his phone. I don't know if you saw like the call log that he posted. So I think he likes LeBron, but I
So
don't
I
think.
just there was my brother Bino just mentioned something because we
Mhm,
we had this debate ourselves. We were talking about this the morning of.
mhm,
He said this is his comment. He said $100 million he'll suit up and be Luca. Right. This
yeah,
is another thing though. Luca is now ineligible for his
the
supermax deal.
super max. So they fucked him there too.
So what you think he's going to be Luca for? He missed out on I think
300.
92 million.
Yeah.
He can get an extension,
Mhm.
but it's an extension that will be $92 million less than what he could have acquired.
He was going to get more than, if I mean, fact check me if I'm wrong, but I think he was going to get more than Tatum, right? He's going to get
Yeah, of course.
340. He was
No matter
345
what,
if I'm not
and
mistaken.
no
Yeah,
matter what, the new every new contract from here on out is going to be the NBA's the
biggest.
NBA's biggest contract in
Yeah,
NBA history.
yeah. But it's wild to think that number one, Luca's on the Lakers, and two, just the way it went down.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
you, do you understand? Like I get it. The marriage might have been rocky, and and as we've been hearing, there's been concerns about his weight and his work ethic and all this stuff. But like that's Luka Doncic.
Luca,
Like,
man, it's Luca
he's the only reason why the Dallas Mavericks are relevant.
relevant.
Now the
And they were
Dallas Mavericks.
doing and like Dallas was on the right path
Hmm.
to being a solidified team.
Yeah.
Kyrie and Luca, when it happened, everybody
Hmm.
was up in arms. Oh, they're not going to be able to play together.
I said that too
They made the
because
finals.
because
Yeah,
I
I
said
didn't
that
know
because
how
of
it was going to
Kyrie.
work. I didn't know how it was going to work, but
Yeah,
it worked out.
it did. They
It-
made the final. I mean, granted, they ran into the buzzsaw that is the Boston Celtics
of course,
last year, but
but
like
that's what
they made it.
happens.
They beat Denver. You beat the defending champions, and then you beat Minnesota, who was the favorite
You beat Minnesota.
going
Not
into
only
it.
did you beat Minnesota, you mopped the floor with Minnesota.
Yeah.
You
So
made
like there were people picking the
Anthony Edwards
Mavericks.
looked Anthony
He
Edwards looked terrible.
looked human.
And
Like
like as you said, they were coming in so hot. There was a lot of people saying that Dallas was going to beat the
the
Celtics.
Celtics. Oh my god! Like all the picks and like as a Celtics fan, obviously I'm biased, and Celtics fan,
Yeah,
you're biased too.
I was a little bit like, what is
But I'm
wrong
like,
with
come
you?
on, come on.
I had the same view. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like you this isn't even just me being a Celtics fan. It's me being like, it's like
As
you cannot be
an
this
NBA
delusional.
basketball, like just a basketball fan in general, you look at roster A and roster B. Roster A being the Celtics, roster B being the Mavericks. You
Bro.
give roster B a chance in a 7-game series? I said they would
And kudos
6.
to them for being the first fifth seed to make it to the
Yeah.
finals.
But you were headed in the right direction. You were on the right path. And now, yeah, like you said, Anthony Davis does give them a chance.
It makes them scary for sure.
Yeah,
You know,
because they have Clay, they have Kyrie, but I, I don't know, man. Like both franchises, I think are stupid. If you, I mean, if you
it
ask
was a
me who
stupid
won the
trade.
trade,
It was a
I
stupid
say
trade on both ends.
yeah.
I
If you
think
ask me who won it, though, I say
Dallas
Dallas.
won, of course, because
Yeah,
as far as a win now move,
yeah, you're in it.
what you thought that nobody's on the bandwagon of Dallas now,
No,
because well, excuse me, before the trade,
but if yeah,
because they Luca's hurt, Luca's
yeah,
overweight, you know what I mean?
yeah,
They don't look the same, blah blah blah,
right,
whatever. Lakers actually are on a tear.
they
LeBron's
were.
balling, AD's balling.
Hmm.
They're the fifth seed in the West. They
They're
could
not going to
potentially
be
win their
anymore.
division, and they're on the rise. They make a move in the trade deadline. Okay, now
Yeah,
whoever they could have acquired, they could have
yeah.
acquired a couple pieces or
But
all star to
yep,
add to AD and LeBron's play as of right now with Dalton Connect. Obviously, it probably would have involved Rui and Reeves, as I said, and
still, but
they
like I
would have
said,
been
Reeves wasn't
they would
having a good
Lakers would have been
season.
in a win now situation.
Yeah.
But now
Oh yeah.
everybody's trying to cover sugarcoat it with, oh, it's a rebuild. Please,
Okay. All of a sudden, they're in a
that's
rebuild.
cool.
You just acquired Luka Doncic. How is
You're
that a
gonna go from the
rebuild?
fifth seed. You're gonna go from the fifth seed
Stop.
to not making the fucking playoffs.
Mhm. Well, I think they still. I think they'll still make it. I mean,
We'll see.
there's going to be games. Listen, there's going to be games that LeBron and Luca win because it's LeBron and Luca. It's going to happen, but they're not in any shape to compete for an
When
NBA
is
title.
Luca slated to play again?
I don't know. Hopefully before next month because I want to see LeBron and Luca at the Garden next March 8th. I want that matchup because I
Yeah,
want that place is already going to be banana land.
yeah.
Can you imagine Luca
It'll
and
be crazy.
LeBron
Yeah,
on a Saturday night in the
it'll be
Garden?
nuts.
That's going to be
It'll be
nuts.
nuts.
But like I just don't get it. I just don't get it on either side of the ball. Um, it still makes my head spin, and we're only a day ish removed um, from it. And I just Dallas Lakers. The hell? What do you? First of all, what are you smoking? And can we get some,
Yeah, I
please?
need that.
Can we have some? Because I
I
want to
need
feel what
that.
you're feeling. I really do. Maybe it'll improve my like thought process and everything. Like maybe it'll have us figure out this Instagram and YouTube thing. Like
Yeah, word.
just, holy shit.
Yeah,
So
I can't believe it. Like I said, uh, everybody, even the world knew. Even when Shams tweeted it, it's like people
mhm.
were like, "Yeah, buddy, okay,
I feel
this is
so
fake."
bad. Feel so bad for that guy. I don't know if you saw the video. I think I sent it to you. The guy that was at the bar, wherever it was, in the Luka Doncic Mavs jersey, and the
No, I
news
haven't seen it.
broke. No, I'll send it to you after. He was literally at the at the bar in a Luka Mavs jersey, and they put the shit up on the screen, like the big ass TV screen, like took up the whole bar, and he's just standing there like
No
the
way.
whole time.
I
I was
can't
like,
even
"Oh, buddy, I
imagine,
feel so
bro.
bad for you." Because can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was like Tatum?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
can you imagine we were out at a bar, just shooting the shit, having a grand old time? Tatum jerseys, and you see, bang. First of all, 1 o'clock in the morning too.
yeah.
So already had a bunch, and then you see Celtics trade Jason Tatum
Could have been somebody's 13th reason right there.
for seriously,
I mean,
like
like it's like a look.
oh
Imagine
my
all the little
god,
kids, right? All the little kids that want to be Luca.
they love Luca, dude. The kids
It's just like,
love
damn,
Luca.
dog. What about the kid that just got the kid that just got Luca's
Uh,
jersey for Christmas or for his birthday? It's like,
I said that
damn,
too.
dog.
I said that too, and you know what? And this goes back to what you said too. It's like it does take away from Anthony Davis's impact because he does have a big impact. Like he is an NBA superstar too,
For sure.
but when it's Luca and
You're talking about
AD,
two top 75 players. The biggest,
that's
I mean, we're talking about the biggest trade in NBA history,
absolutely,
hands
absolutely
down.
doesn't. There's what sniffs this one?
Nothing.
Like,
And there's a great point in here on Instagram, like because I said this too
mhm,
when it happened. I said that David Stern is rolling in his grave right now
yeah, you did. Yep.
because there is no way that
Oh
he
no,
would have been on the phone like the baboon
he
gif.
he blocked Kobe, the Kobe
That's what I'm
trade.
saying. He would have been
Yeah,
on the he would have been on the horn like, yeah,
no,
no, this isn't
no,
happening.
we're not doing
No
that. We're
way.
not doing
You're
that right
trading
now.
a 25-year-old superstar face of the NBA for Anthony Davis?
But
No,
grandpa,
sir.
almost
Put it
grandpa. Yeah, give him a little credit. He's almost
put it
grandpa. He's
back.
not grandpa yet. Yeah.
Put it back, please.
Yeah.
Put it
Wait a
back.
minute. No, 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 no. You took that off the shelf. Please put that back. We are
Yeah.
not buying that. We are not
Or
buying
it'd be your mother people trying to steal from Target, like, yeah, buddy, come with me. Come with me,
it.
please. Yeah, you got to put that back.
I know what you're
This is
doing.
not happening.
No, we're not having that.
And it's and I've been saying this. I do not like Adam Silver.
No.
He's
God, no.
been he's been
Nosferatu,
destroying.
I mean?
He's been destroying. He's been destroying this association,
No.
man, and it's not. I
He is one
like
of the biggest reasons why the NBA is in the absolute toilet.
it's fucking.
And it's still swirling. Like I said, I don't watch NBA, but I listen, the late 90s and the early 2000s, even going all the way up to like 2010, 2012, maybe too. Keep going a little bit. I absolutely loved the NBA. I would watch the Raptors and the Hornets on
It
a
didn't matter.
Wednesday night
It
ESPN
doesn't
game or a
matter.
Tuesday night TNT
Every
game
game was competitive.
because I just loved basketball. I loved
Yeah,
watching competitive basketball. I loved this league. Like that tagline, I love this game back in like
yeah,
the late 90s,
yeah.
2000s. I had that. I had that poster
Everybody,
in my room.
everybody that's a millennial
Yeah.
is
You grew
still
up watching the
holding on
NBA.
hope. Everybody that's a millennial is holding out hope that like the NBA somehow
Mhm.
like gets back to a place where like
Not for a while, buddy.
yeah, and it stinks because it's like
I want to
All Star
watch.
Weekend has been dog shit for a decade.
And even them trying to change it this year, we'll see.
There's
I'm
nothing.
still
What
going to watch it, but
just do all they instead of the fans voting for players and all stars, right?
mhm,
Why doesn't the NBA take a poll for what the fans suggest and what the fans want to see,
cuz that takes
right? Like
this.
it's like okay, you let the writers and the GMs vote for the all stars.
Yep.
The all stars don't mean anything anymore. Remember, I don't remember when I don't remember what year the All Star game was, but it was the All Star weekend. Was it? I don't
I think I
remember
know
when
which
it
one you're
was.
going to say
I'm gonna
too.
go crazy, but when they made the jackets, right, where they had the custom jackets and they had all the player accolades on the jackets, and
I don't
like
remember that one.
it was a nasty. I forget. I don't know if it was Charlotte or what when it was, but it was a little while ago. But
Okay.
all the players had jackets, and they introduced the players and the All Stars, and they had all their accolades,
Mhm.
finals, defensive player of the years, All Star appearances. They had a number on it with the
Let's
star,
take a look.
and it's like what all that's when being an All Star meant something, right?
Mhm.
Nowadays, it doesn't even matter. The everything about it is all it's all politics. Nobody cares about the fans are voting, vote for your player, blah blah blah. Remember when Pachulia was like the number one voted player? It's like,
Zaza
bro, what are we
Pachulia.
doing? What are we
That is
doing?
a
And
name
then
I did not think I would hear tonight.
right, and then it's like he's not even they didn't allow him in the All Star game, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
like that's started the transition of like the fans have should not have any say into who should be an All Star
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we're talking about who got snubbed more than who made it over the past
Yeah.
decade.
Yeah. I'm looking up that thing
Devin
for you too.
Booker, wasn't an All Star the past 10 years.
Mhm.
Look, this year, Lamelo Ball's not an All Star. Like, what product of basketball are we watching, or what product of basketball are you trying to showcase and put
There's no
on
more
brand?
product. There's no more product.
There's zero. There's
It's
nothing. It's
it's just
terrible.
it's just we're
And that
spitting out anything we can get because we're desperate.
uh,
That's why they put all these games on. That's why they do the Saturday night showcase now. When the like that's why they do any kind of marketing with just big names. That's
Adam
why we
Silver
don't
bit
see the
off.
spurt. Yeah.
He bit off way more than he can chew with these contracts and these
Oh
networks.
yeah. I got
It's
your answer
terrible.
too, by the way. It was 2015 in Brooklyn. when
Brooklyn.
they did the
Okay.
accolade jackets.
Yes.
Um,
Nasty.
they are. I've
Nasty.
seen them. I've just pulled them out
But
now. They
but
are fire.
it's like then that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
A decade.
hmm
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. It's just Kobe was the first one on here. So
Like when all stars, when
when
making the all star team really meant something
when
to a
NBA
fan,
basketball meant something.
when all the moments that we cherish as fans,
Yep.
Vince Carter,
Yeah.
Jason Richardson, Derek Mason, dunk contest.
Yep.
Go back to Jordan and Dominique, Spud
hmm
Webb, 5 foot whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nate Robinson
Nate
winning
Robinson.
2 dunk contests, and
Yep.
he's the size of my foot.
Ge-
Dwight Howard. You know what I
Gerald
mean? Like
Green.
Gerald Green, uh, Peja Stojakovic.
Yep. You keep going. You can go right
You know what
down
I
the
mean?
list,
Just
man. It's
just
when things
like
mattered. It's when
the
the only
product
thing that
is
they have going for them, the only thing the NBA has going for them on this All Star Weekend thing is if Mac McClung does the dunk contest again because you know, he's taken over the past couple years. That's it.
is he back in it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like the only thing that they would have going for them is if he continues to do this
That
because
was
he's the
another.
only one that gives a shit.
That I know this. I know there's a rookie on the Bulls that's in it. I didn't. I just found that out like
Honestly, this is the
recently.
first year I haven't looked up anything to do with the All Star game. The only way I knew we had guys in there is because of Instagram. I saw, Tatum got named a starter. I was like, oh, good. Yippee. Like, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Nothing. It's terrible. But
It
like I was
sucks.
saying, obviously we're getting a little off track. But it's like
hmm
let the fans vote for what we want to see. Like the
Yeah.
product is dead. If
hmm
these guys don't want to participate in these things,
hmm
like then let the fans vote on what we want to see. There's so
hmm
many viral dunkers out there that will bring back
Yeah.
the dunk contest. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
let these
I
outside
mean,
guys go against these NBA guys and really put it to test, right?
I'm
Let's do
sorry
a king of
too.
the court. Let's
LeBron
see who the
James.
best player is.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna talk about LeBron James and his pathetic ways of All-Star weekend. There's a lot. I'm not gonna put it all on LeBron, but LeBron is
No,
definitely at the top of the shit list when it comes to
but that would
the
fix a lot of
events.
shit if he just sacked up and did the dunk contest.
Just that's it.
Why
I mean,
can't we
like
have that? What are you scared of?
there's a
What
lot.
are
There's
you
a lot of
scared of?
guys, though. There's a lot of guys. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot
but
of
he's
guys.
like
He's the
he's
number
the
one guy,
face.
though. He's the number one guy to
He's the
blame.
face of the NBA right now.
Easy,
So,
easy, easy. But
but
the you got
yeah,
viral dunkers that you can clearly put on TV. Give them some light. You know what
yep,
I mean? Put them to the test against these
I agree.
NBA players. Uh, uh, Shame on Caitlin Clark too, man. I can't believe that. I can't believe her. I was really ashamed of that.
I don't
Like,
understand that.
come on. The first All Star weekend, you want to be in the WNBA? Come on, girl. And
hmm
that's no shade, no disrespect to the WNBA. I love the WNBA. I love the Lady Ballers. I love where women's sports is going. But like, how do you think you get the WNBA All Star weekend some more viewers? You
hmm
do this.
hmm
Everybody was waiting for you.
hmm That was the thing
Everybody
last
waited a
year.
full year for this, and you
Yeah.
put it on the back. You don't even you decline it.
hmm
Like, come on, and who knows? I don't know.
Dumb move.
Personally, why? If that's really the reason why, but
Probably.
it's just that's what we wanted to see. We
Yeah.
wanted to see Steph. We wanted to see Clay, obviously in a different jersey. We wanted to see um UNESCO and Caitlin
Yep.
Clark.
Yep.
That it's like, come on, we're growing the sport.
Yeah.
That probably would have
This
been the
is
most
why.
entertaining thing out of all the whole weekend. I was looking forward to it, and then she shut that shit down, man.
hmm
I was really
Like, okay.
disappointed in her, but she probably
Like,
got her real
whatever.
reasoning behind it.
At
Whatever.
this point, it's a lost. Like you said, it's a lost product. They got a long way to fix it. Uh, yeah, and trades like this make the NBA fan go, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
bring any
like
hype.
yeah,
It brings confusion and
yeah,
aggravation.
absolutely,
Like, if this
absolutely,
isn't good for the NBA, I'm
at all.
sorry, it's not. Like, it's just not good for the NBA. You have Luca and LeBron on opposite teams, so they can go against each other. And you have Luca in a place that hasn't been relevant. So you're trying to build a brand down in Dallas. The fucking brand is burning right now in Dallas because of what happened.
Bro, it's
The
terrible. I
fans don't
mean,
care about Anthony
well,
Davis
I
down
wouldn't
there.
say that I
I don't
I think Dallas is going to be very very prevalent in the playoffs.
I think they'll be good, but I think the fans won't give a shit
No,
because you got
no,
rid of Luca.
no. Yeah,
You
I
got rid of
mean,
their guy. It's like the
as
Celtics getting
the
rid of
moment,
Tatum.
yeah. I mean, the Mavericks better pray they make the finals.
That I
That
don't think
that
that's gonna happen.
But I know, but
It
that's what
could,
I'm saying. For the
but I don't think like yeah, they're
for that
fucked.
brand,
Yeah, they're
they
fucked.
need to, and they can
They can,
now.
but they won't.
They can.
Because
I don't think they will.
The Lakers can always say that they're the Lakers. That's what they fall back on is they're the Los Angeles Lakers. They're always
Yeah,
going to be relevant even
yeah.
when they stink.
hmm hmm
Dallas Mavericks when they stink, they're going to float off.
And
So,
I think AD had because they got his contract. I think the AD got like 2 maybe 3 years.
yeah.
I want to say 2.5 though.
Yeah.
This being the half of the half year.
No.
Um, who
But we
knows?
did No, yeah, go. Finish.
No, I was just saying like who knows like
Yeah.
how he holds up. Hopefully he does hold up and
Yeah.
it has a very
I want to
strong
see it.
ending
I
to
want
his
to see
career.
him play.
Of course. I mean, I wasn't really a big fan, of his coming out. Obviously, I mean, he went to Kentucky. I didn't care for Kentucky.
I'm not the
I
same.
thought he was a little overhyped, but clearly he shut me up. He's the top,
He beat my team in the national championship. He beat
yeah,
KU. So
yeah,
I've
top
always hated him for
three,
that.
top three big men in
Yeah.
the past decade in the
Yeah.
NBA, hands
Yeah.
down, offensively and defensively. So, gotta give him his flowers regardless. I mean, he's no
Yeah.
Embiid, like you know what I mean. Like he's not as non-productive as Embiid. So
Another reason why the NBA
NBA is trash.
is falling because one of your
It's
superstars, actually, I shouldn't even do that because he is. One of your superstars is a pussy,
yeah, man.
big time.
It's like they made they made the 65 game rule, and
Like,
it's like all the players just was like, yeah, I don't care. The loopholes that they go through is insane. Even Ja the other night playing against Milwaukee, it's like
mhm,
you understand that that game was in Memphis
mhm.
and Giannis is coming to town, Dame is coming to town, and you're a game time decision no go. Like you're John Moran, dog. Like
They
what do
don't
you
care.
mean,
They don't care, man. They don't. Honestly, the only one that I can say gives a shit is Tatum because he's shown in the past
man?
he doesn't want to sit. He can be a bitch when he's out there. Yes, we
It's
all
of
know
course, yeah.
that. We watch the
It's
games, but the guy wants to play.
bro. It's so commendable.
I do. I pat him on the back for that.
Not only being a fan of basketball, but being a Celtics fan
Hmm.
because you look at these other dudes and it's like this dude plays JB and JT. They play their
And
ass
JB
off.
too. Yeah.
They play their ass off
Hmm.
night in, night out, back to backs. You know what I mean? Obviously, the players that sit aren't really important to the NBA.
Right.
I'm not gonna say they're not. They're important to the team, but
Yeah.
like the back
Al
to
is for
backs, like
sure.
yeah, Porzingis probably gonna need a break.
Yeah.
Big Al's gonna need a break. They swap
Right.
off. You know what I mean? But that
Right.
only leaves for some production for Cornette and obviously hopefully and
Because
soon Kata. But
yeah,
it's
because the Celtics are deep that they're able to do that.
exactly, and it's like
Um.
dog, like it's like yo, this dude never sits.
No.
Never sits, and he said it. He's like, these dudes pay, and then it was in the IG comments. These guys make way too much money and blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, they do make way too much money,
Yeah.
and that's exactly why it's ridiculous. Like the Knicks and Lakers game, right? AD didn't play. Does the trade have something to do with that?
We
Possibly.
won't know
We will
probably,
never
but
know. We will never know. But he should have played. That
Yeah,
game was the most expensive game in NBA thus far. The cheapest ticket was $460. And I know that because one of my best friends in the group chat sent that to the group chat and said, "How does the average person
afford that.
go not only afford but like how are they able to enjoy this game like if the tickets are that expensive?" And I was like, "You watch it at home."
Yeah,
You watch it at
simple.
home, but then you're
That's the
watching it
only
at
thing that.
home. You're watching it
Yeah.
at home, and now Anthony Davis isn't playing.
Mhm.
So you got the Knicks and the
Well,
Lakers in Madison Square Garden, and now all of a sudden Anthony Davis isn't playing. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning, he gets traded to Dallas for Luca. That sums up the NBA.
we're doing real well, NBA. We're doing real well. Yeah.
It's fucking
We
crazy.
we we do have one other trade to we can touch on it really quickly because obviously it wasn't the
Yeah,
blockbuster
yeah. I mean, yeah.
moonshot of a thing, but
It
it
is a
does have
phenomenal
some
trade.
impact.
It is a phenomenal trade.
So we got De'Aaron Fox going to the Spurs,
Yep.
Zach Levine and picks going to the
Backtown.
Kings
Yep.
and Chicago. Like you mentioned earlier, they're finally starting that rebuild.
Finally.
Um, but they
Yeah, I
gave
mean,
away
we'll get
everything.
Chicago out of the way quick. I mean,
Yeah, go
obviously,
ahead.
I don't know what
You
I don't know what is
serve
going
up
on
Chicago.
with that organization. I mean, it finally, right? Finally doing something.
They
Um,
did, but they
and
gave all their picks away.
yeah, and unfortunately, they got no picks. So it's like, yeah, man, that sucks. And all this talent that's just going to be
Hmm.
rolling through the lottery,
Hmm.
and Chicago is nowhere to be found.
Hmm.
And they're
Which
just
sucks
right,
because the Chicago Bulls, as you and I both know, growing up, obviously with Michael, but like the Chicago Bulls,
of
the
course,
logo, the jersey. I had a Bulls jersey.
of course. I still
I
have,
had
I have,
multiple Bulls
yeah,
jerseys.
of course. I got
I had the Bulls posters. I was obviously a Celtics fan, but the Chicago Bulls were it.
the face of the NBA,
They were the
franchise of the
thing.
NBA, really.
It was the Bulls and the Jazz for how long? Like so, and obviously the Lakers too, but like the Bulls and the Jazz matched up when I was like finally getting into basketball. So
Absolutely.
like the Chicago Bulls to be irrelevant, that's sad.
Sucks. It's
Very
terrible,
sad.
especially with like obviously players like back when the NBA was the NBA. You had
D
guys like
Rose.
Ben Gordon,
Yeah, Ben
Derrick
Gordon.
Rose, obviously
Mhm.
my guy. That's my
One
favorite
of
player.
honestly, and real side note about D Rose, one of the nicer guys I met at the Garden when I worked there.
Yeah, I mean
Super nice guy. So I'll
I
throw
mean
that out to him.
he seems like
Super
an
chill, super
incredible.
humble.
Yeah,
He
he seems
was
like an
cracking
incredible.
jokes
Yeah,
with
he
like,
seems like an incredible human being.
yeah. So D Rose, he's a real one.
Obviously,
You can
and
pencil
then
him in a real
their
one.
their their entire run, right? I mean, obviously, it
Hmm.
came to a they pushed the Heat to Game 6 and 7,
Yeah.
2 years, but
Hmm.
the best defense in the NBA, Coach Tibbs, and then
Hmm.
the rise of Jimmy Butler, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's where Jimmy
Yeah.
really started to become Jimmy,
Exactly.
and it's like, yo, like, okay, this dude is here. He is here.
Hmm.
And now we are here with Jimmy Butler now,
Oh
and it's
man.
like, damn,
What did
buddy,
you? And
like what?
another thing, the Jimmy Butler shit.
Yeah, on that briefly, it's like Golden State, I guess, is still trying to acquire him for
Good luck.
reasons for whatever I won't understand. I mean,
He
because
doesn't fit.
he said he doesn't want to doesn't want to do an extension,
No.
which is
But like,
what's the holdup.
buddy, I'm sorry. Nobody's gonna want to do this with you. Nobody's gonna want to play these games.
I just don't understand. I understand the player that he is in the NBA, but for a player that
Player
isn't even going to make the Hall of Fame
player
to
that he
be acting
was.
this way
Yeah.
is kind of crazy to me.
That's
I
why I am so pissed, still so pissed off that we didn't complete that comeback
yeah,
because all the bullshit he was talking, all
yeah,
the little the faith thing and the thing he made in game 4 to the bench and like the ooh. If we had just
yeah.
completed that shit, like Jimmy Butler, he would just be irrelevant because the
Terrible.
Celtics would have just been like, uh-uh. but can't do anything about it, obviously.
Yes.
Fox to the Spurs is nice. I think that's a
Yes.
nice piece to
Yes.
add to San Antonio. Obviously, San Antonio is still an up and coming team.
I don't know
They're
what the
actually
hell is going
featured.
on. I don't know what was going on with Sacramento.
No, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you letting
Yeah.
go one of another?
I know. That all started with the whole Mike Brown thing. I don't
Yeah,
know what that was. It was a stupid fire.
man, that franchise
Um,
was on the rise too, and I
I
liked it
know.
because the Sacramento Kings, again, the nostalgia, the Sacramento Kings growing up, watching them with Vladi Divac and friggin' Peja Stojakovic and Bibby White Chocolate, like who am I missing? Weber and friggin' just that whole damn team, man. In 2002, obviously there was a little influence in the 2002 the West Finals because that was the Donahue, one of the like prominent Donahue
Yeah.
point shaving games. Uh, but obviously Kobe and them deserved to win. But I wanted Sacramento for so many reasons
Of
because it's
course. Of
new, it's
course.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the newer team. I wanted the Celtics. I didn't want the Celtics and the Lakers that year, to be honest with you, as crazy as that sounds. I wanted the Celtics and the Kings because it was something different, something new. But obviously we didn't get that. But yeah, and Levine, I mean, he's still good. I think it's a nice asset to Sacramento. Um, obviously, his playing time is limited because of injuries, but he's still a good player. So I think he adds something to Sacramento too. How he fits in, I don't know, but we'll uh we'll end it there unless you got some
No.
other comments on these trades. I
I
mean,
mean,
there's like,
I think I think Fox is obviously going to do
yeah,
extremely well.
I do too. I think the Spurs won that one.
Pop isn't back, is he?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. So hopefully Pop is
Mhm,
gets to a place where he can get back on the floor.
mhm.
Um,
I mean,
I'm
with Wemby
assuming
too.
because he's the GM as well.
Mhm.
Um, I believe that he possibly made that move from wherever he is.
It's a smart
Obviously,
move, so
I
I
would
would say,
assume that
yeah.
he had to do it. I mean, he always is makes incredible moves.
Mhm,
Um, but I mean, it's going to be incredible to see not and for Fox to learn from CP3 too. Now that
mhm.
CP's there and
That's
lets him, obviously, CP will
mhm.
probably end up being a coach somewhere, somehow.
Oh, they guaranteed that.
Definitely. So,
Guaranteed that. Has to.
seeing the excitement of seeing the highlights that Fox and Wimby, with Fox being a lefty too. Oh,
Mhm. Mhm.
I think it's gonna
I'm
get
blanking
crazy.
too. When I was rattling off the Kings players, I missed one, and it's bugging the shit out of me. It was Bibby,
Bibby,
Stojakovic, Divac,
Stojakovic,
Weber,
Doug
oh,
Christie.
Doug Christie. Thank you. There
Yeah.
it is. All right, we're done.
Yes, sir.
Done with that. But yeah, so crazy NBA trades, not for the better of the league. Um, it just makes the league more of a joke, in my opinion. Um, it's just for what the NBA used to be, and now what it's turned into. It's sad.
Yeah, it's
Like I'm
terrible.
not. I don't want to watch NBA basketball. I don't. I much prefer college basketball, and the only reason why I do watch NBA basketball is because I live, breathe, eat, sleep, drink the Boston Celtics,
Yes, sir.
um, which we can fly into the Celtics and continue that aggravation that we have for the NBA and just transition it right to the Celtics because man, are they difficult to watch right now.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very frustrating.
Hmm.
Very, very frustrating.
Um, you had a great point, great mark to lead this one off. So I'll let you step into the batter's box here and hit lead off with the first
So,
Celtics topic.
yeah, so obviously, um, with everything, I'm starting to feel like we're starting to transition. and take a few steps back to the future with the first year we had Joe Mazzulla.
Mhm.
I think that the issues that he had during that first stretch
Mhm.
are coming back to haunt him.
Mhm.
Whether that is not calling timeouts,
Mhm.
not using challenges correctly,
Mhm.
having for whatever reason the players are just don't seem motivated. Um,
They don't.
he's getting, if it weren't for the talent acquired by Brad Stevens, this we would be at the bottom of the barrel the way that the other coaches can
They
figure. The thing
they're
is,
not well coached.
the NBA has figured out Joe Mazzulla,
Mhm.
but the NBA in the same breath, the NBA hasn't figured out the Boston Celtics, and
Correct.
that is the issue for the NBA.
Right.
Now, everybody always says when I complain about it, oh yeah, well nobody's when we lose to Houston, right?
Mhm.
Oh
Mhm.
well,
Right down the
yeah,
list.
we lost to Houston, but nobody's beating us in a 7 game series.
Yeah, I don't
And
wanna
I'm
hear
like,
that.
and I'm like, okay, you got, but the exact same excuse was stated years ago, 2 years ago, and the Celtics didn't win the
They
finals.
lost a seven-game
They
series.
lost in 7 game series.
Mhm. At
So,
home.
ugh, and that goes to my last point.
I know, I was there. Trust me. It hurts.
It's like, okay, the Celtics are the best road team in the NBA,
Mhm.
but they can't win for shit at home.
They can't figure it out at the
And
Garden, which should be the other way.
it's so, and it shouldn't even be the other way. It should be, you guys should be winning and dominating these games,
You
especially
should,
with
but
these teams.
you shouldn't have difficulties at home. I'm sorry. This is your home
Period.
crowd. You're in your own bed. You got, whatever's going on is local. Uh, Come on. And you expect us to pay these absurd amount, like, price tickets to get in to watch you, for you to may or may not want to show up? Like, I bought the 10 game.
it's worse than you sitting out, because that's what it
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah. Like,
And that, granted, obviously, we gave the players their flowers. JT, JB, we're giving them their flowers on,
yep.
playing games
Oh,
day
of
in, day
course.
out, playing double headers, playing back to backs.
Hmm.
Like, amazing, good for you
Hmm.
guys. But like, when you guys, like, come on, what are we doing?
Like, what is wrong? I understand. And I understand, like, the 2008 Celtics, they were just another thing. You know what I mean? They were a one off. They just ripped through the league, 66 and 16. But even that team, the Hawks took them to 7 in the first round. But I will say, I understand that the season goes up and down. I understand the waves. I play basketball. Like, the season gets tough. Granted, I didn't play 82 games and I'm not in the NBA, but, like, I get it. I get it. I get it. The season gets tough sometimes. There's bumps. You're not going to win every game. There's some games where you're going to shit your pants. But it would be one thing if this was something different. Like, if they were doing different things, if they would just, they were in all these games, they're competitive, won a game here and there, they got blown out, whatever. Like, I'm not going to pay attention to that. But it's the same shit, like you mentioned, as the first year of Missoula. It's the same shit when Udoka was here, which, by the way, the poll that we put up and the amount of people that voted to have Missoula over Udoka, my goodness.
So, the only reason why I think that, and that was one of my last comments on Joe Mazzulla, is
Mm,
I think that Joe is saved a lot to the Boston fans because of how he is with the media.
because he tries to be funny.
he's a genius.
Yeah,
He's phenomenal.
yeah,
It's you would think
yeah.
that
He
he's the
is.
best. You would
I'll
think
give him
that
that.
you think he's the best coach in the NBA. He's
No.
like, you know who he is in the media? He's like Pop. He's just like Popovich.
Well,
He's
you know who
very
he tries
serious,
to
but
be.
he's also very condescending. He's funny.
Yeah,
He's
but
you
you
know,
know right off the bat who he's trying to be.
of course,
Come on, the
hands
guy that was
down,
here for 20 plus years,
of course.
40
But
minutes down the road.
but
But
he's a bit more he has a bit more character to him though.
oh yeah, no, I'm not saying he's Bill in every way, shape, or the form. But come on, we get it. We understand what you're
Yeah.
trying to do. You
Hmm.
saw what he did. You thought it was funny, and you're trying to emulate him. We
Yeah.
understand, which is fine. There are times where I laugh. I'm like, oh man. I was like, all right,
That
he
was
got him
good.
good. You know what I
That
mean?
was
Like that
good.
was good. All right.
Even with the trades.
Yeah. He's like, I
Just
don't
don't
want to
ask
talk
me
about
about
it.
the trades. I
Like,
don't
don't
care.
ask me about exactly. Don't ask me questions about it. Which there's times that he's funny, and then there's times where I'm like, "Eh, I don't know if I like you,
Yeah.
because he's too. I did so. I've heard different things. I know I don't want to. I'm not dropping names, and I'm not dropping where certain quotes and things came from, just because I want to keep those private because they were private conversations. Um, but from some people that I've talked to, I've heard that Joe Mazzulla isn't well respected around the league.
Okay.
The Celtics like him, the
Of
players like
course.
him,
Of course. Yeah.
but there have been some higher, and I'll tell you off camera where this came from, which is funny. Some of them people on the outside don't think he's a good coach. They say the reason why he is who he is because of the Celtics roster, which
Okay.
valid,
I mean,
but
I'm
because
sure.
he does nothing to improve them. You can see it. There's no in-game adjustments. Like you just touched on it. There's no timeouts called when they should be. That sometimes the plays. Brad Stevens was an absolute magician at out of a timeout plays.
And out of the timeout plays, inbound plays,
My God,
under
you
the
were
basket.
expecting something wild from him, and 99% of the time it worked. I remember the game in Miami. I think it was either they tied it or they won it, and they literally threw an alley oop with like 1.1 to go to the basket, and they won the game
Yeah. Hmm.
off the inbound.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck just happened? They just won off a
Yeah.
alley oop inbound pass.
Yeah.
So Brad Stevens was a magician at that. Joe Mazzulla, complete opposite.
Yeah.
Out of the timeout, sometimes they have no clue. That was like, it's kind of like with the Patriots this year. You come out of the timeout and you're like, what the fuck did you just talk about for 2 minutes?
Yeah. Exactly. Just like
Yeah, go.
offensively and defensively, right?
Yeah.
So that was my thing when it came to with our game against Houston,
Hmm.
because it's like we had the foul to give, we gave the foul.
Hmm.
Definitely, I felt like the foul to give was a little bit rushed, which it
Yeah,
was. It was a
it
bit
was.
rushed because you still there's really no point to that. You
Nope.
had a foul to give, and you only there
No.
was only 1 second like taken off the clock, right? But
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, you have the foul to give. You're playing the Houston Rockets, obviously a young, promising team, lighting
Up
up
and
the
coming
league.
team.
The
Very
and
overlooked.
obviously your coach that should still be here
Hmm.
got fired. Obviously, he's trying to win this game,
Yeah.
and it's like, what did you guys just talk about, bro? Like, what did you guys just discuss? How is there a foul to give, a timeout? You're up by one,
Hmm.
and there's confusion
Like, do you
between
understand you're up? You're winning this game.
there's confusion there's confusion behind two of your more important players in that specific moment. Your
Hmm.
7 footer
Hmm.
and you and Jalen Brown, your Batman, basically.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
so to speak, in that
Hmm.
moment. One of
Hmm.
your tough heart, your Bass bro. How is there confusion there? It's very and this is the shit that I'm talking about when it like how Tavai like called us spoiled and shit, right? It's
Mhm.
like, buddy, we watch these fucking games. We're watching these games. Like we like you think I'm just watching this shit to get drunk and fuck and not know what I'm seeing or
They
doing?
make you wanna do that.
You know what I mean? It's like what I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, what is first of all, what is the confusion? Second of all,
Mhm.
why aren't you up on like it's the inbound? They got one play. They got
Is that
one
not a
shot
thing
to make.
anymore? I don't I see it obviously a lot with the Celtics, but do we just not cover the inbounder anymore?
I
Do we
it,
just get
that
away from it? Do they understand that you can put a guy on the guy throwing the ball in bounds? You can do that.
that's why that but in you would think, right, that you have why do you have Luke Cornett out there? Why is there even a question? Why is Luke Cornett even in a position where he has to guard Jalen Green or Amon Thompson? Why is that even why isn't Luke Cornett just standing in front of the inbounder with a 7 foot wingspan, uh, covering the ball? What's going on?
It goes back to he
Where's
doesn't know what he's
JT?
doing.
Where's JB? Jalen Green is in the corner. Amon Thompson's right here
Mhm.
in the middle in the paint.
Mhm.
It, who was calling the game?
Cotter.
My God, no. Scal.
Oh
Scal's like,
yeah,
oh, I know this
Drew and
play.
Scal. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jalen Green's going to run around the 3 point line
Mhm.
through a double screen, get the ball, and attack the basket.
He even said, yeah, he did. He said, "Watch
That
out."
didn't happen. But why is Luke Cornett and Jalen Brown switching off of two guards?
Because
Why isn't Luke Cornett covering the inbounder and JT and JB in those positions, or Derek White and
because
JB,
he,
or Derek White and JT,
he
or Pritchard
yeah,
and JP, JB, JT, or Derek White? It's like, what are we doing? What did you
because
just talk about in that timeout?
he probably didn't even draw up a fucking play. Probably
And
didn't
and
even
that's the
draw up a
difference
play.
between having Udoka and
Missoula.
Missoula, because obviously Scal's been around.
Yeah,
He said
yeah.
it on TV. Oh, I know this play.
Mhm.
Jalen Green. He thought so, but
He's creeping up to
that's where
Tony Romo level.
Udoka is playing chess, not checkers. He's
Mhm.
putting Jalen Green in that corner to make everybody in the world that knows basketball think that that's the play
Pay
that he's
attention
going to
to the
run.
corner. Where
Yeah,
exactly
let's
where
watch Jalen
in
Green.
real life they're drawing a play up for the guy coming off the ball.
And it
So
worked, perfectly, because everybody's assuming because it worked perfectly because Cornette and JB were confused. That's probably what Joe Mazzulla was like. Yeah, so if they come out with Jalen Green in the corner, you already know he's going to come off that double screen around the 3 point line, get the ball, and attack the
mhm,
basket.
mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
why
he's
not? So it's like no, and Udoka's like, listen, motherfuckers, Jalen, you get in the corner. They're gonna think he's gonna think. I promise you, he
yep,
thinks he's gonna run. We're gonna be running this. Amen.
yep,
You come up here, all
yep.
yours.
I think I mean we both we don't vote in the polls obviously because we're both on the pod page. Um but Udoka over Missoula, 1000%.
Easy.
That's why we put the song Baby Come Back on the post because
I'll do
like
that in a heartbeat.
please
Obviously, some
somebody that
bullshit.
knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, it was bullshit that he got the boot to begin with.
Yeah.
That's obviously another story. But
Yeah.
yeah, for people, I think the media saves Joe. I think
It does,
the
they do.
media saves Joe
But I take
tremendously
Udoka hands down. Excuse me.
tomorrow.
I take Udoka.
I will trade. I will trade for Udoka. We got all the assets you need. Houston's young on the rise. What do you guys want? What do you guys want
Yep.
for Udoka?
hmm
Please.
I would take him back 1000%. He knows how to draw up a play. Christ sake, like and people say, "Oh, Missoula ball." What is Missoula ball?
There's nothing that he does that makes
What
me
is
be
it?
like, yeah,
What's
he's
so unique about what he does that makes the Celtics better. No, it's the talent on the fucking team that makes you better, and it hides the coaching. Just
I will give him credit for he
efficiency is the word I was looking for.
he he has a way, he has a niche of like realizing certain analytical things
Yeah.
where like I don't, it's kind of hard to explain. Like I haven't really like wrote anything down in those regards. But like when he that press conference that he had with that woman that asked the question about the 3 pointer, like something about the three or something like that, and like he was like
Which
where he
got
was
stopped.
appreciative about that answer. He
Mhm.
was like, okay, like he was like, wow, that was an incredible question. I really appreciate that. He always everything he has a different outlook when it comes to certain things
Mhm.
and the issues that are brought to the Celtics. He always has an answer, which I appreciate. He doesn't bullshit or sugarcoat. He
No,
always has an answer. I guess that's the
I do
best way
respect that too.
for me to put it. So I will give him that.
Mhm.
I do think obviously he was the head coach of the main Celtics, and
Yeah.
then Missoula got the boot, and for whatever reason, which I think obviously the organization wanted to keep JT happy at a time
Yeah,
where
because that was going down a slippery slope.
we didn't know at the time we didn't know what was going to happen with JB with
Mhm.
all of the rumors and stuff. So to keep JT happy,
Yeah.
they let JT have his guy because that was his guy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was an issue within itself because it's like you can't have these players, even though they're grown ass men, they're in the NBA. You can't have these guys.
No,
You can't have these
they they
dudes.
they don't run the show. The coaching
Yeah,
staff runs the show.
yeah. Like you can't be friends.
No.
Like you can have
But
mutual relationship, working relationship, but like yeah. I want Joe Mazzulla because that's my guy. Like
okay,
you
good.
guys are gonna start. You guys are gonna have to have tough conversations. How can you have a tough conversation with one of your guys?
Mhm.
You now it
He
gets to a
tried
point
to.
where it's like you got to figure it. We got to figure it. We got to instead of it being like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
What is happening? Let's talk
Yep.
about this. Let me call you out on this play right here. Let me call you out on this play right here. When we were doing this, why did you do this?
I think he
When we
tries
discussed
to,
this, you
but it
know,
just doesn't work. Like you
and
said, just
I
because.
feel like Joe's like, all right, well that didn't work, so let's try this, guys. And
Or
it's
what do
like,
you think? What do you think, Jason? What should
yeah,
we do? It's like,
like
no, it doesn't work.
you
Doesn't
know
work
what I
like
mean.
that. You have to be the leader.
Sometimes it looks like JT and JB, the way that they communicate with with the other Celtics players. It seems as though they're more or equal to involved in the game plan on the fly
Mhm.
more than Missoula is,
Which is concerning
which is
because
very concerning.
when it does come down to coaching and those moments in critical games, because let's be real, there weren't a lot of critical games for the Celtics in the playoffs last year. Granted, it's because they were a wagon and they flew through everybody.
Hmm.
I get that. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not bringing down anything that they did. I'm not shitting on the run. I'm not saying it was easy either. Because you in order to win 16 games to win a title, it's tough, no matter who you play. It's
Very
the
hard.
playoffs. Everybody's level goes up. But
Even to win eight straight,
yeah,
to
exactly.
win an eight straight is no easy task. You got rid of 50% of the games, the first 4 games. I mean, the
Yeah.
first 8 games. Like that
And
is
to think that the Celtics underachieved too. So it's like they had all the stats on their side and whatever, but like it's like you said it before too. It's the same shit in game two, game one against Miami when they went up by 30 or almost 30, whatever it was, and they let them come back. And I was like, are we really in a 10-point game right now? And everybody gets on me because I complain because I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What are we doing? Just don't. This is the Celtics. It's what they do. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's not a good product. That's not good basketball. Even last night, I made a status on Facebook. The Celtics pissed me off more than my 3-year-old. I
Me
had a
too.
diehard Celtics fan say they won, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I made that status when they were down by 20 points to the
I love the stating the
Yabusele.
obvious too. I know you get it. You probably get it a lot. I get it almost every game, where it's like, yeah, but they won. Well, no shit, they won. I
Yeah,
understand that, but the shit that they pulled last night isn't gonna work in the playoffs. I'm sorry.
that's
When you
not a
get if
game.
you
That's not a like the Celtics should not. I yes, the Celtics won, but if Embiid was playing, if Paul George
oh,
was playing,
night night,
like
good night.
and we won by one or two, yes, cool. I would have never made that statement. I
No,
would have never been like,
but
because
you're
it's like,
losing to a team
yeah, you,
without their two biggest stars. One of your rivals, so to speak. I mean, I know we kick their ass every time, but like Philly is a rival for Boston,
easy, easily,
and you should get up for those games. It looks like they pick and choose, and we're bouncing everywhere, but we're bouncing everywhere because of the Celtics bounce everywhere too.
yeah. I mean, shit,
Like, what? Why? Why are there certain games you just don't get up for? You're in the NBA. You got to take this shit seriously. Like, what the fuck? Like, why does it take this team to be taken to the brink of a loss? Why does it take you being down 21 to finally wake up and go, oh, well, I guess we got to stop playing now?
bro.
What the
The
fuck?
beginning of the game, right? The beginning of the
Oh,
game, Eddie House, before the game, excuse me, Eddie House said that he was asked like what's like his factors of the Celtics win.
mhm,
He said, "Don't let Yabusele drop 30 points." Right? He was the second leading scorer
mhm.
with 21. Like
Mhm. They were down by
what?
21 points to the Philadelphia 76ers with Tyrese Maxey.
As who is cold as ice.
That's it. That's all they had.
30 dropped 34, but
I just
Tyrese Maxey, it's not Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid.
no.
It was Tyrese Maxey and Yabusele.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand. I
Full
never understood the
strength.
mentality.
Full strength. Al Horford played.
You had a full fucking team.
Porzingis played.
Yeah.
Derek White played. Drew
Hmm.
Holiday played. Jalen Brown played. Jason Tatum played. You're
And
telling
it
me
took
that
you,
because you're telling me that you didn't have Pritchard, that you guys struggled with the fucking
yeah. I'm sorry.
76ers?
That's not an excuse. Like Pritchard's nice, but he's not. He shouldn't be the reason why you get down by 21 to the Philadelphia fucking 76ers without their top two guys. And as fans,
Listen,
it's frustrating because you watch these games and you expect them. You're such a better fucking team, even when those two guys are in there.
Pritchard being the only guy out has no bearing.
No.
You are at full strength if Pritchard
Mhm,
is out.
mhm.
Period.
And it's
If
not
Pritchard
that's
is
not
the
taking
only
anything away
player,
from Pritch.
if
It's
no, no,
they're a stacked
if
team.
Pritchard is the only player on your team that isn't playing tonight, you're at full strength.
Mm,
Sorry to break it to you. Period.
yeah.
Period.
Yep.
There's absolutely no excuse.
Mhm.
Down 21 points against teams like the 76ers, teams like the Pelicans.
It took a
Well,
Jason Tatum, which
thank the
immaculate.
basketball gods for Jason Tatum being one of the, if not the most clutch. He's definitely the most clutch NBA player in the league today.
A
Period.
lot of people will shit on that one.
How the numbers don't lie.
Mhm.
Numbers don't lie. That was the first thing I said. I watched it live. He hit the shot. I said, "Oh, there goes another one.
Mhm.
There goes
I mean,
another game.
I
No, another. There's another go-ahead bucket or a game-winning bucket by Jason Tatum, and
did it
he
get
leads
me
the league
giddy?
in that of all
Of
active
course it did.
players.
Of course it did. It,
Absolutely.
anytime Jason Tatum does something like that, because it gives another to everybody. But Jason Tatum shouldn't be on the floor in the last few minutes in a game against the 12-36 New Orleans Pelicans. He should be sitting his ass on the bench because you're up by 24.
And that's even with and speedy recovery for DeJounte Murray, man. I mean, that was terrible.
Oh,
He's one of
that
my
was awful.
he's one of my
And that
favorite
just
players.
makes it worse.
Yeah. And it's like even if he was on the court, you shouldn't be in the game at
No.
that moment in time because of how terrible they are. You should, yeah,
12 and 36. 12 and 36. You are what? We were 33 and 15 coming into the game or something around there. I'm sorry if I don't get the actual record, but I think I'm close. And you have to have a last second inbound play for which really wasn't a play. It was give the ball to Tatum and get the fuck out of the
yeah,
way. But
yeah,
like I'm happy the way he did it though. I'm happy that he didn't dick around and do like the step back three and take it out. He made a nice move and got a shot that he can make. But again, the Pelicans, the you mentioned the Rockets lost, so double digit lead in the fourth quarter. Late in the fourth quarter, you were up by 11 and you lost. You were I mean, you're blown out by the Kings at home. Completely obliterated that night.
yeah.
At home.
Blown out, smoked by. You got it right in the notes. Smoked by the Raptors.
Yeah, I'm literally just going right down. Like
Yeah,
smoked by the Raptors on the road. Like smoked by the Raptors? What are we doing? You lose to the Hawks at home after being up double digits, and you lose in overtime at home again, at fucking home. And then you almost lost to the Clippers after being up by 5 or 6 with what, like 14 seconds left in that
yeah.
one or 30, whatever it was. Wasn't much time left. I literally was
Which
about.
is
I stayed my ass up to watch this
which is
fucking
understandable.
team.
Full, which is understandable. And then, but you lose
Yeah,
to the Lakers the next night,
that's the thing.
and
But
we can
you
blame it
needed
on
Jaden
a
Springer,
back to back. Yeah, like
but you needed Jaden Springer to save you against the Clippers with
yeah. Why
Harden
don't you?
out.
Why isn't Springer coming into the game when we're losing to the fucking 76ers or the Pelicans? What spark wouldn't he have brung that he brought
But you
against the Clippers?
but you hit the nail on the head. The next night, I knew that was coming. I
Of
know I picked
course,
them on the pod. I just wanted some positive energy. But on the back of my head, I knew that was coming.
of course.
They got their asses handed
Overtime.
to them. And the reason? Oh, they were tired. Aw. The poor widow NBA players are tired. What did I said this to you the last time we were talking about basketball. These guys play what? 3 games a week? 4 tops. Maybe the maximum amount of games you're playing per week is 4, and it doesn't really happen that much. This week, I think we have 3. What are you tired about? Why are
You
you?
got dudes
And I
that
get it.
play.
You're humans. You're
You got
humans.
dudes that play 2 3 days a week, 7 8 games a night.
You have
Over
dudes that. You also have dudes that go to
washed
work.
up ball.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You have like construction workers, and I know a few that get up at 5 a.m. do their work, and we all know how the solid work that construction workers do. And 3 to 4 nights a week, they go to the fucking Y or they go to LA Fitness or wherever, and they ball out.
Three,
I
four
don't want to
games a
hear it.
night, 5 games a night.
I don't want to hear it that you're tired. I know you get the travel and that, but this is what you signed up for. This is what being an NBA player is all about. Yes, you're going to get tired. It's called Celsius. It's called Red Bull. It's called something.
It's
Trust me, you
called
can wake
it's
yourself the fuck up.
it's called a fucking
Take a nap.
it's called sleep on the plane. You got access to, and this is what I love about Charles Barkley because
Exactly.
he keeps it so
Right
real.
there.
It's like
You're about to say it. Say it.
you got all of these the best staff, doctors, masseuses, trainers at your disposal. Technology through the roof.
But you're tired. And that's the excuse. The reason why you got your balls kicked in by the Lakers because you're tired. Please
Your
stop it.
warm up routine is basically a
Stop.
Pilates class.
Just stop it now. Like, and this is another reason what's wrong with the NBA is like we said, like they're not fun to watch because you go into every game and I'm gonna watch. Obviously, I'm a Celtics fan. I love them. I'm gonna love them no matter what. It's like that meme where the guy's holding the umbrella over the logo. It's like just because I'm
Yeah,
mad at you doesn't mean I don't I
I don't
stop
care
caring.
about you. Yeah, yeah.
I love the Celtics, and that's what's wrong with me is I continue to love them.
Yeah.
But like you're not fun to watch because
Like
what
there's
am-
there's
every
there's
night I
there's
tune in. Are you going to
fans.
show up tonight? Are
Yeah,
you going to play tonight?
there's fans that wouldn't even put the game on last night,
No,
right? And then because they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna, oh,
we
Sixers,
got this
oh,
one. It's
Embiid's
a
not
Sunday
playing,
night.
oh, Paul George
Grammys
isn't
are
playing,
on.
oh yeah, the Grammys are on. Let me watch the Grammys.
Yeah.
No, we're actually getting our fucking ass busted
Hmm.
by 21.
And
Third
I got
quarter,
to
we
say it
we cut the lead. We cut the lead going into the fourth to what, 10?
10,
I think it was 10. And I'm just like, yo, they're gonna lose this
8,
game.
8. It was 99-91 or something like, or something like
Because
that, whatever it
I'm
was.
I'm I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, they're really gonna lose this damn game, bro. Like I got and there was somebody actually
Hmm.
on Threads today that responded to that,
Hmm.
um to my post. The Celtics pissed me off
Yeah.
more than my 3-year-old. My guy Gustavo, he was like, yeah, they pissed me off, but I had to take that bet when they were down.
For them to come
But
back.
he bet $100. Said he got a nice $1,400 piece in his pocket, real smooth, which
I
is
see.
nice.
I can't because I don't trust them.
Exactly.
I don't
It's like,
trust this team.
yeah.
And
I
that's what
mean, if I
happened
had
last year.
if I had fun tokens like Jordan
Facts.
Belfort, of
Yeah,
course, I would.
fun money's play money for sure. But like this is and everybody last year was telling me, "Oh, you're so negative. You're so negative. Why can't you just be positive about this team? You're so negative." I go, "Because I've watched this fucking team for my entire life. And mostly it's you don't know when they're going to show up. So why should I be confident that they're going to show up tonight? Yes, I'm going to complain when they don't play the way that they should. This team should be mopping the floor
Rightfully
with
so.
everybody in their sight. Beside, and there's obviously they're going to get games from teams like the Lakers and the Cavs somehow, some way this year. Um,
You
but
expect the teams that
the teams you expect them
that
to
have the
compete.
quality players that
Correct.
have that the Knicks, the Lakers not
Yeah.
anymore, but now obviously
Yeah. They still will though.
potentially the Mavericks,
Yeah. The
Houston,
Thunder,
Thunder, obviously,
like Minnesota, still
Minnesota,
ish. I mean,
Denver.
they were a great game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
So like, yeah, there's teams you're going to compete with, and I get that. They're not going to blow out everybody. But
you're a
Jesus
part of.
Christ, you're losing to
Yeah,
the Raptors,
yeah.
and you're getting blown out by the Raptors.
You're making these guys that are in the NBA look like they really belong in the NBA
What are we
when
doing?
they shouldn't.
What are we doing? Like,
You
and this
got
is why I don't trust them. This is why it took me last year to Game 5 of the NBA Finals to be like, all right,
two
we got
top
this.
15 players on the team, mind you.
Yeah, but it took me to that. Even when we lost Game 4, when we got smacked in Game 4, I was like, I can 1,000% see in Dallas taking that because the Celtics take the boot and they put it on the throat, but they don't crush you.
No,
They
they
don't have
feel
that killer
they start to feel
mentality.
bad. They start to feel bad.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, 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 no. We're beating you too much. No, no, no. We got to take. And then that's when the other team just rips you, and all of a sudden a 24-point lead goes poof. So like I'm so passionate about this
Yeah,
just because they should not be doing this.
yeah.
And
So
again, I
and
know they're not going to win every game. It's
yeah,
a
and
competitive league.
one last thing,
But just, come on.
last thing regarding the Celtics and last night. This is what I'll finish with.
Yeah.
I There was that moment where Justin, where Jalen Brown and Maxi, had their little thingy. and
Mhm.
obviously Maxie didn't want the smoke.
No,
But
not from
and
Jalen.
JB being the Bash brother or whatever, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Cool. But buddy, we're losing to these bums on
Dog
this
shit team.
floor,
Yep.
right? And then I had some one of my buddies send in the group chat like, hey, that clip, mind you,
Mhm.
hey, this is what we want to see from Tatum now.
Exactly.
This is what we want to
Yeah,
see from Tatum. And I'm just like, but we have Jalen Brown for that though.
you do, and you won't get it from Tatum because he's not that type of guy. He's
No,
not that
and it's
type
like,
of
what do
player.
you now?
You'd
You
like
look
to
at
see it. It's
now.
because Tatum's the leader in everybody's eyes. Tatum's the guy,
This is
and
this.
Brown.
I want 35 and 11 and 7 from Jason Tatum. That's what
Yeah,
I need from Jason Tatum.
yeah.
I don't need him to get in nobody's face.
But it's the
Jalen
Boston.
Brown,
It's the Boston thing. It's your top athlete. You want them to be a dog.
of course,
And
and
Tatum is a
get
dog in
over it
ways, but he's not tough.
and get over it. Get
I
like
know. I know.
people got to get
I'm
over it.
over it. I'm like
Of course, yeah.
I love the guy.
I wished on every star that he would get that asshole dickhead
Oh,
mentality.
if he ever gets that, forget it. But he won't.
Who knows? I mean, he's still a young guy.
Yeah.
Maybe with more championships he'll start to get more arrogant and more of an asshole and more of an
On the
ego.
court though. Don't take that off the court. But
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of
but
course. Yeah.
he, this team is just like, are they bored? Are they done with the regular season? Do they know that they have their leaps and bounds better than everybody? So they're just like, we lost to the Pelicans, whatever. We're gonna win, in May, which is the wrong mentality to have because then you become soft minded.
Yeah, exactly. You don't ever want to. You don't ever want to. You
But it
don't
just
ever want
feels
to
that
have that.
way. It
You
just
don't
feels
want to.
that way. I
That's
text what
not
I
the
text you
culture.
last night
That's not the
about Tatum.
culture. That's not the culture.
No, it's not. And it's just like I just want to see you be motivated. Because I wait. There's days where I'm like, oh shit, the Celtics are playing tonight. And I look forward to that. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, yes, let's go. So I get my workout in, eat dinner early, and I pop my ass on the couch and watch. Because I'm like, oh, let's go, Celtics. And then they get down by 20 to the to the Raptors, and I'm like, I waited all day for this.
All day.
So I want another one of these.
For sure.
I want another one of these this year. I want
And
Banner 19, and I want you to go out there and act like the '08 Celtics.
yes,
I know
I
it's not
want.
going to
Yeah.
happen.
I that's what we want. Like we just want you got
I want
we want
fire.
to see we just want to see we I want to see a good product going into the
The playoffs.
playoffs. I want momentum. I
I
want
don't want game twos where you take the night off either.
yeah, like I want
Stop it.
we all want the same thing. And it's not just a Celtics win. We
No,
want convincing wins against teams that you should be
I want to feel
winning
good
convincing.
about this team because we should feel like they have the repeat in the bag, but they don't. And this week is huge. They've got Cleveland tomorrow, who we all thought would be faded away by now, but no,
Real
sir.
deal.
They're still
Real
top.
deal.
So
Real
you're
deal.
chasing Cleveland, the defending champs. As the defending champ, you're chasing the Cavs. Tomorrow night in Cleveland, what do you got? It's on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got? Thursday, the Mavs come here. We thought it was going to be Luca. Obviously not. But it's still a finals rematch. It's still on TNT again. It's still got hype around it.
And hopefully Anthony Davis is playing.
And hopefully he plays. And you got Clay and the Boston fans thing. So like that'll throw it into it. And then you got New York on Saturday night, another primetime game again in front of everybody. Everybody's watching these games.
Do the Celtics go 3-0 in this week? That is a
No,
question.
no. I'm just saying no, so I can be wrong when they do.
Yeah,
Because can they? Sure.
they
Will
should.
they? Probably not. But my challenge to you, the Celtics. I know they're not watching this yet, but you will show up
Monday, Thursday, Saturday.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Perfect. What more can you ask for?
You've got
Game
time
break,
off.
game break, game break, game.
Cleveland, Dallas, and New York. Three teams that are in just as much the playoff hunt as you are. Obviously, Dallas still. One of them
So
is at
the
home, two on the road. Show up.
two of the games, obviously, Porzingis was a Mav and a Nick.
Yeah, that
That
should give
adds
him
fuel.
motivation.
That adds fuel to the fire.
Tomorrow should just be. I mean, the Celtics posted earlier on their social media like the album cover with Tatum screaming. It's like the
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
parental advisory thing
Game
on the top.
tomorrow.
That's fire.
Game
That should
tomorrow.
get you. That got my blood going. I was
Yeah,
like, let's go.
because it's like, yeah, okay, because
It's a big game.
we let one go with Cleveland. We got him back. Now this is game three.
Mm-hmm. Show up. Make us proud. Make us want to watch these games because honestly, if you keep playing like this, it's going to get into that mode where I'm like, I'm just going to wait for the playoffs then.
Two starters. And JB should take that personal too because
Yeah.
it seems he's always getting the back seat to Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So
all right, let's go,
show
let's
up.
go,
This is your time right
let's
now to
go.
prove to everybody that you are for real and that you're the Boston Celtics fucking train and you're going to roll over everybody right into the playoffs, right into Banner 19. Show up. We'll be
All we
watching.
ask.
We'll
We'll
be
be
watching.
watching.
Give us something to smile about because listen, if you don't, I stuck in there last night. But if you get down by 20 in these games, it's not
Shit,
worth
fuck it.
it.
We might have to go live for these three
We
bad
could.
boys right here.
We could. I'm especially eyeing that Saturday one, Saturday
Yeah,
night.
easy.
So we'll let y'all know. Let y'all know.
Yeah,
Maybe there's
for
a
sure.
little live game action going on. That's in our
That'll
future.
be
But
nice. That'll be
yeah.
nice.
Do you have anything to? I think we're kind of getting towards the end of this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, just obviously trying to keep this train rolling. Obviously, like the Celtics. Um,
Sir.
still working things out. Still trying to get it rolling. But appreciate everybody who
Yeah.
is in here now, who tuned in.
Thank you.
With obviously trying to get all
It's not
the
easy.
yeah. I mean, we're just working out the kinks.
Yeah.
Hopping on live on Instagram today, so we still had a lot of
Good.
interaction.
Good.
So just trying to get everybody to transition to YouTube, and just just help get this train rolling. We rode really well on Instagram.
Good.
And we're just trying to transition to YouTube full time. Obviously, we're 98 minutes and counting with no interruptions,
Yeah.
um,
And it's just good
which is
content for
which is
y'all.
wonderful.
Hopefully this
Um,
doesn't come back as like the skipping in and out. I don't think it will.
yeah, I don't think so either. I haven't. There hasn't been any lag on my end.
No.
But yeah, with I don't really. I got to figure that out too. I don't really see the chat or if anybody is like interacting or commenting or
It's
anything.
in the bottom. It's there's not a lot on
Okay.
YouTube yet. So
Um,
we definitely want to say that too. Just jump over to YouTube for us.
Yeah, because the comments are great points, especially being
Yeah,
live,
we
that we
love
can
that.
just, we're
Yeah.
having the conversation with y'all. We're having the conversation with each other, but
Facts.
we're also
Facts.
having
We
the
want to turn
conversation
into a
with you guys.
conversation with everybody. Like we want to obviously it's us two are the focal point of the show, but
Yeah,
like we
I
want to
mean, this
include
is,
y'all too.
we've
So
we've thrived on being able to respond and have
yeah.
open and legitimate conversation with our viewers and our fans,
Yeah.
which I think separates us and it's a saturated it's everybody says podcasting is a saturated thing, but we're kind of separating ourselves in that regard,
Mhm.
being
Yeah.
able to have and run a show while being able to converse with you
Interact.
guys live. So
Yeah. Yeah, we want to hear
that's
from you on the Insta page. Here too, obviously, and we'll still be on Instagram for sure, and we'll probably pop up on some other socials. But we definitely want to transition shows here. So like Derek said before, um, moving forward, if everybody could do us the favor and jump over to YouTube, like and subscribe if you haven't. But definitely join us on here and comment. You know, fire away. If you don't agree with something we say, let us know. Let us
Um,
know. You know,
we
we love it.
just kicked off. Just a quick announcement. We
Yeah.
just kicked off and are launching, getting in the process of getting some really, really, really fire merch. Um, so that's in the works right now.
Works.
So stay tuned for that. Those proceeds, when we sell those, will obviously be going towards our best buddies fundraiser for Team Drake May in May up
Draco.
in Hyannisport, for the best buddies event, and our we're doing the 5K, and just
Yeah,
going to
we
be
are.
celebrating out there. So um, stay tuned for that. I know
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of there's I know based off of what we cooked up, I can't imagine. I can already see everybody being like, "Oh yeah, I need that. I need that. I need that."
Well,
So
yeah, we're not. Don't mean to brag, but we got some real solid stuff coming at your way.
just stay
Very shortly.
tuned. Appreciate
See
the
it
support as always.
always.
Um, forever. And we're just trying to keep this train rolling.
Yeah,
So
we're
everybody
so
that's
grateful.
like, subscribe, follow, you already know.
Everything. Smash those buttons. We appreciate every single one of you that supported us. Day oneers, ones that are just jumping on the train. Come on. We got a long, long road to go, and we hope that who knows where this is going to
Just
go
getting
and
started. We're just getting started. We're just getting started.
for sure. So I think we wrap this one up
Yes, sir.
with the Go Celtics. Show up this week
Big week,
and
big week.
stay tuned. Maybe we'll see y'all for a game.
Absolutely.
All
It's a
right,
good
y'all.
it's a good week for sports.
It
So
is. It is. And we got,
you'll be seeing a lot of us. You'll be seeing a lot of
again,
us.
that reminds me, tune in Wednesday, 8 p.m. right here, YouTube Live. We'll be talking about the Patriots so far in the offseason, the Senior Bowl recap, and then we'll let you know when we, for our Super Bowl previews. It's such a great game. We'll let y'all know when we're going to do that one. But maybe we'll do a double dip. We'll do the Super Bowl preview, and then we'll do the Celtics next game
For
at the end
sure.
of the week. But until then, Derek, my guy, couldn't do without you.
Always, man.
Love your
Always.
support. And let's ride. Let's go. Keep it rolling.
The bean.